Hey everybody, it's Fat Frog, and in this video we're going to talk about the greenhouse effect in Ark Survival Evolved. We'll look at some examples and how to get the most out of it so you can increase the growth rate of your crops while at the same time reducing the amount of fertilizer that you use. As we're looking at a crop plot, we can get a bunch of different stats with water, fertilizer, etc. And right at the bottom in the dark green it says greenhouse effect, and in this case it says 0.0% because we happen to be outside of our greenhouse. If we go into this greenhouse, we can see that we have 300%. And we get the greenhouse effect by ceilings and walls. So the greenhouse doors do not add to the greenhouse effect, and you have to have a greenhouse ceiling above in order to get the effect. So let's experiment. We'll see how much we can get. So here I have a simple demonstration structure here. So we have a greenhouse effect of 15%. Each wall, each ceiling is going to give us a total of 15% for a maximum total greenhouse effect of 300%. When we get to 300%, our crops are gonna grow 4 times faster. So let's add some walls to this situation to sort of show that. So let's add this wall here and this wall and this wall. And sometimes it just takes a few seconds for that greenhouse effect to show up. So we're at 60%. So with this simple structure, we're only at 60%. So it doesn't really add that much. If we just wanted one single crop plot here, we can close this guy up. Let's just add another layer of walls. So and then another ceiling and another ceiling. Okay, so we've got this wall now, or ceiling now. Let's just wait for a second for the greenhouse effect to catch up. And there we go. So we got 120% now. And of course we could do yet another wall here if we wanted to, or ceiling, and we could add to this. So it's a goofy little structure, but now we can even do something a little bit goofier here. Let's add more ceilings around the edges, like so, and see how that affected our greenhouse effect. So now we're up to 180%. And if we add a crop plot out here underneath one of the ceilings, we'll see what we get for greenhouse effect here. So we get 180%, even though it's technically not in the greenhouse. Closing the door isn't going to do us any good here, but we're up to 180% with this goofy little structure here. In order to add up to 300% greenhouse effect and get that max crop boost growth of 4x, we're going to need a total of 20 either ceilings or walls or whatever combination in order to get that total effect. And I've come here to my main base where I've added the greenhouse walls and sloped roofs just for adding some extra light into the building. We're going to see just what that does. Now we've got a crop plot over here and it's directly under this sloped roof, and we're getting a maximum, our maximum greenhouse effect. So we're getting 300% because we have all these other walls that I'm using as windows. If we come over to this crop plot, we've got a greenhouse effect of 0% because we don't have a ceiling or a roof or a sloped roof right above us. So that's why we get 0%. Of course, we're going to have a problem here because we don't have any water hooked up. And lastly, I've come back to my little abomination greenhouse just to show you we have a greenhouse effect of 300% just by adding a bunch of random ceilings into this mix here, and it should be 300% in here as well. So you don't even really need your crop plots to be inside a building. They do need that ceiling or roof. So that's the greenhouse effect in Ark Survival Evolved in a nutshell. This looks very silly, but it does give the desired effect. Hope you found this helpful. I also have videos on crop plots and fertilizer and just a really basic irrigation system. I'll put links to those down there in the description. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you for watching.